My name is Margaret. I am 72 years old. I lost my husband more than 40 years ago when my son was only 4. From that moment on, my world became smaller and heavier. I was no longer just a mother. I had to become both parents at once. In truth, my son was the only family I had left. When my husband died, fear followed me everywhere. I did not know how I would survive, let alone raise a child alone. But each night, when I watched my little boy sleeping peacefully beside me, something stronger than fear filled my heart. I made a silent promise. He would never feel abandoned as long as I was alive. Life was not gentle with us. I prepared the simplest meals. I washed clothes by hand until my fingers ached. Some days I worked cleaning other people's homes just to earn enough for bread and rice. There were nights I went to sleep hungry, but I always made sure my son's stomach was full. His smile was enough to quiet my exhaustion. When he was learning to walk, he stumbled often. Each time he fell, he reached for me with tears in his eyes. I would lift him up and whisper, "Don't be afraid. I'm right here." When fever kept him awake at night, I stayed by his side until morning, placing my hand gently on his forehead and praying for his recovery. Years passed quietly. He grew taller and stronger. Meanwhile, my hair turned silver and my back began to ache, but my love for him only deepened. As a young man, he started working in the fields. Every evening, I waited for the sound of his footsteps approaching our small house. I didn't dream of wealth or comfort. Seeing him return home safely was enough for me. One day, he stood before me and said, "Mother, I want to marry." I smiled, even though a quiet worry settled inside my chest. "If this brings you happiness," I told him, "then I'm happy too." When his wife came to live with us, I welcomed her warmly. "This is your home now," I said. I tried to guide her gently in the kitchen and show her where everything was kept. At first, I believed we would live peacefully together, but after only a few days, I sensed a distance. Her replies became short. She avoided looking into my eyes. If I offered help, she would respond, "I know what I'm doing." So I stepped back and told myself she simply needed time. One evening, my son returned home very late, exhausted and covered in dust. He sat down and asked his wife for water. There was no answer. After a moment, he called again, asking about dinner. Silence filled the room. I was in the next room, and the thin walls carried every word. I heard his voice rise slightly in confusion. Then I heard her crying. "It's your mother," she said. "She dislikes me. She calls me lazy and foolish. She says you married the wrong woman." My hands trembled. None of those words were true, but I remained silent. My son spoke softly, trying to calm her. "She is old," he said gently. "Please try to live peacefully with her." But she answered with anger. "There is no dinner. I couldn't cook. She keeps interfering. Nothing I do is ever right. You must choose. Either live with me or live with her. Not both." That night, my son went to bed hungry. I lay awake, staring at the ceiling, my heart heavy with pain. Quietly, I prayed only one thing, that my son would choose with wisdom. The next morning, I heard her voice again, sharp and impatient. "Have you decided?" she asked him. "Is it going to be me or your mother?" Then she said something that froze the air inside our small house. She is old. Take her to the hill and leave her there. She will die soon anyway. We are young. We deserve a peaceful life. That day, my son barely spoke. He did not eat. He avoided my eyes. For the first time since he was born, I felt a quiet fear growing inside me. Not because I doubted his love, but because I knew how heavy his heart must have been. That night, he came to me and said in a low voice, "Mother, tomorrow we are going on a journey." I looked at him carefully. I understood without another word. My chest tightened, but I kept my face calm. "All right, my son," I replied gently. The following morning, he helped me onto his back. The path toward the hill was uneven and steep. The wind was cool, and the sky was pale. I did not ask questions. I simply held on to him, feeling his breathing grow heavier with every step. As we climbed higher, memories filled my mind, feeding him with my own hands, carrying him when he was too tired to walk, shielding him from every hardship I could. I thought to myself, if my life ends today, I have already lived for him. I have no regrets. When we reached the top, I spoke quietly. "My son," I said, "I know why you brought me here." He stopped moving. "When you push me," I continued softly, "please hold on to that tree branch so you do not fall and hurt yourself." He slowly turned toward me. His eyes were filled with tears. "You knew?" he whispered. I gave him a small, tired smile. "A mother always knows." He lowered me gently to the ground and covered his face with his hands. His shoulders began to shake. "I was about to kill you," he cried, "and you are still worried about me." I reached for his hand. "My child," I said, "a mother's love does not disappear, not even at the edge of death." After a long silence, he lifted me again, but this time, he turned around and walked down the hill. When we returned home, he told his wife to leave. I did not argue. I did not blame her. I did not speak harshly. I only closed my eyes and quietly thanked God for guiding my son's heart. Now we live peacefully once more. I still cook for him when I can. He supports me with patience and care. Our house is simple, but it is calm again. A mother does not ask for reward. A mother does not keep score. A mother gives everything, and even then, she worries about her child. Never forget the one who carried you before you could stand on your own.